Hey there, English explorers. Welcome back to another episode of the Fluent English podcast. Today we are diving into a real story from the globe and help you improve your English while having fun. We're serving up a story that's crispy, spicy, and totally finger-licking good. Yes, you guessed it. We're talking about KFC and the man behind it, Colonel Harland Sanders. But let me tell you, this isn't just a story about fried chicken. It's about perseverance, rejection, and one man's refusal to give up even when the whole world told him no. So grab your headphones, maybe a snack, and let's dive into the story of how a poor man from Indiana became a global icon with just a recipe and a dream. All right, let's go way back. The year, 1890. The place? Henryville, Indiana, USA. A baby named Harland Sanders is born into a poor family. His father dies when he's just 5 years old, and little Harland is forced to grow up fast. He learns to cook for his siblings while his mother works. By age 7, this kid could already cook a full Southern meal, better than most adults. But life doesn't get easier. Harland drops out of school in 7th grade. He works as a farmhand, a streetcar conductor, even a railroad fireman. He tries everything, but nothing really sticks. At one point, he even studies law but gets kicked out after a fight in the courtroom. Yep, not exactly a straight path to success. Fast forward to the 1930s. Harland is now in his 40s. He opens a small service station in Corbin, Kentucky. Now here's where it gets interesting. To make some extra money, he starts cooking for hungry travelers who stop to get gas. He doesn't have a restaurant. He serves food at a table in his living room. And guess what? People love it. They come for gas, but they stay for the chicken. Soon he opens a real restaurant right across from the station. This is where he begins experimenting with his now legendary 11 herbs and spices. That's right, the original KFC recipe was born in that tiny roadside restaurant. By the early 1940s, Harland's restaurant is thriving. He even gets featured in a travel guide. Things are finally looking up. But just when success starts knocking, disaster hits. The interstate highway gets built, and it bypasses Corbin completely. Suddenly, no one's stopping by anymore. Business collapses. Harland is 65 years old, broke, and living on Social Security. Now most people would just retire and call it a day. But not Harland Sanders. He takes his pressure cooker, his chicken recipe, and hits the road. Literally. Picture this. A 65-year-old man driving around America in his car, going from restaurant to restaurant, saying, "Hey, I've got a chicken recipe. If you cook it my way and it sells, you give me a small cut." He gets rejected. A lot. 1,009 times, to be exact. Let that number sink in. 1,009 rejections. Can you imagine how discouraging that must have felt? But Harland just kept going. Finally, one restaurant owner says yes. And then another. And then another. Before long, the idea of Kentucky Fried Chicken starts spreading across the country. By 1964, KFC is a full-blown franchise success with over 600 locations. And here's the kicker. Harland sells the company for $2 million. That's around $20 million in today's money. But even after selling, he stays on as the face of the brand. That white suit, the black string tie, the goatee that's not a costume. That was him, in real life. He truly lived the brand. Colonel Sanders became more than a businessman. He became a legend. But the story doesn't end there. Even in his 70s and 80s, Colonel Sanders kept visiting KFC restaurants, checking the chicken, making sure it was up to his standards. He took pride in what he built. And he never lost that fire, that drive to do something meaningful. By the time he passed away in 1980, KFC had thousands of locations worldwide. And today, KFC operates in over 150 countries, all thanks to a man who never gave up, no matter how many times he was told he would fail. So, what can we learn from Colonel Sanders? Well, for one, it's never too late. He started KFC in his mid-60s. While most people were thinking of retiring, he was out there chasing a dream. Second, rejection doesn't mean failure. He heard no 1,000 times, but only needed one yes. And finally, do what you love. For Harland Sanders, it wasn't just about chicken. It was about doing something well, something that brought people joy. And that, my friends, is the true story behind KFC. So next time you grab a bucket of chicken, think about the man behind it, Colonel Sanders, and how his journey can inspire all of us to chase our goals, no matter our age, background, or obstacles. And hey, if he can do it, so can you. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and tell us what story you want to hear next. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, every word you learn brings you closer to the world. Happy listening all.